In a village named Ayegbaju, there lived a woman named Amope. She was known far and wide for her exceptional hair-braiding skills. Her fingers danced with precision, weaving hair into intricate patterns and left everyone in awe. It was said that no one in the region could match her talent. Amope's shop was always filled with women from different villages, each eager to have their hair braided by the famous hairdresser. Her designs were unlike anything anyone had ever seen, so perfect, so intricate, that many wondered how a human could create such beauty. Despite her fame and the constant stream of customers, Amope had one peculiar rule. No mirror were allowed in her shop. Customers were forbidden to see their hair while she was working on it. This strange rule made many people curious, but no one dared to question her. The women in the village simply accepted this rule, trusting that Amope would make them look beautiful. After all, her work spoke for itself. But as the years passed, whispers began to spread. Why was Amope so strict about the mirrors? What was she hiding? Unknown to the villagers, Amope's extraordinary skill was not entirely her own. She had made a secret pact with a spirit known as Aju, an Orisha who dwell in mirrors. Aju had offered Amope a gift, unmatched talent in exchange for a promise. The promise was simple but binding. Amope must never allow anyone to see their reflection while she worked on their hair. If this rule was broken, the spirit would take away her talents and the consequences would be severe. At first, Amope hesitated. She knew the risk of making a deal with a spirit, but the temptation was too great. She wanted to be the best, to be known far and wide for her skills, and so she accepted the pact, thinking she could easily keep her promise. For years, the arrangement worked perfectly. Aju would guide her hands as she braided, weaving patterns that seemed most otherworldly. Amope's fame grew and soon even royalty sought her services. But with fame came envy and some began to question her talent. One day, a woman named Morayo came to Amope's shop. Morayo was known for her beauty and pride, and she had heard much about Amope's skill. However, she was also curious about the rumors surrounding the no mirror rule. As Amope began to work on Morayo's hair, the young woman couldn't help but feel uneasy. She had brought a small hidden mirror with her, determined to uncover the truth behind Amope's rule. As Amope's finger moved swiftly through her hair, Morayo waited for the right moment. When Amope turned her back to fetch some beads, Morayo quickly pulled out the mirror and glanced at her reflection. What she saw shocked her to the core. In the mirror, she didn't just see Amope's braided hair. She saw the shadow figure of a spirit guiding Amope's hand. The spirit's eye glued with an hair light, and its finger moved in sight with Amope's. Morayo gasped, and in that moment, Aju the spirit realized that the pact had been broken. The air in the room grew cold and the light dimmed. Amope felt the change immediately. She turned around and her eyes locked onto the mirror in Morayo's hand. Her heart sank as she saw the reflection of Aju beside her. The spirit's face twisted in anger and a low, menacing voice filled the room.
You have broken our pact, Amope.
Aju hissed.
You promised to keep my presence a secret, and now you shall pay the price.
Amope fell to her knees, pleading with the spirit. Please, Aju, forgive me. I didn't mean for this to happen. I have kept my spirit for so long. Please don't take away my gift. But Aju was unmoved. The spirit raised its hand, and Amokpe felt a strange sensation in her fingers. Her hands, once so nimble and skillful, began to stiffen. The pain was unbearable, and she knew that her talent was slipping away.
You were warned, Amokpe.
Aju said coldly.
Your greed for fame has led to your downfall. From this day forward, your end shall be clumsy as a child's.
With those words, the spirit vanished, leaving behind a cold, empty silence. Amokpe stared at her hands, tears streaming down her face. She tried to move her fingers, but they were stiff and unresponsive. Her gift was gone. Morayo, still holding the mirror, watched in horror as Amokpe's hand trembled. She realized the gravity of what she had done. Although her curiosity had uncovered the truth, it had also ruined Amokpe's life. Morayo quickly left the shop, guilt weighing heavily on her heart. News of the incident spread quickly through the village. People were shocked to learn that Amokpe's talent had come from a spirit. Many felt betrayed, while others were simply afraid of what had transpired. As the days passed, Amokpe's shop grew quiet. No one came to her shop for braids anymore. The once bustling place that had been filled with laughter and chatter now echoed with silence. Amokpe sat alone, staring at her hands, wondering how everything had gone so wrong. The villagers who had once praised her now whispered behind her back. Some even believed that Amokpe had caused the village by breaking her pact with the spirit. They avoided her, fearing that misfortune would follow anyone who came too close. Amokpe's fall from grace was swift and painful. She wandered the village in despair. Her hands useless, her reputation shattered. She could no longer create the beautiful braids that had brought her fame, and she struggled to find purpose. Despite her hardship, Amokpe did not give up entirely. She knew that she had made a terrible mistake, but she was determined to make amends. She sought out the village elders, hoping they could help her find a way to appease the spirit. The elders listened to her stories with grave expression. They knew that dealing with spirits was dangerous, but they also believed in redemption. They advised Amokpe to embark on a journey to the sacred forest, where she could seek the counsel of the ancient Babalawo, a powerful diviner with little choice left. Amokpe set out on her journey. The path to the sacred forest was long and treacherous, filled with dangers, both natural and supernatural. But Amokpe was determined to find a way to restore her life. After days of traveling, she reached the sacred forest. The air was thick with mystery, and the trees seemed to whisper secrets as she passed. Deep within the forest, she found the Babalawo's shrine, a small hut surrounded by ancient symbols and offerings to the gods. The Babalawo was an old man with eyes that seemed to see into her soul. He listened to her story, nodding slowly as she explained her plight. When she finished, he remained silent for a long time, as if weighing her fate. Finally, he spoke. You have made a grave mistake, Amokpe. The spirit Aju is not easily appeased, but there is a way to seek forgiveness. You must perform a ritual of atonement, one that will test your resolve and humility. The old man instructed Amokpe to gather specific items for the ritual: sacred herbs, a white cloth, and a mirror made of pure silver. These items were difficult to find, but they were necessary to contact the spirits once more. Amokpe spent weeks searching for the items. She traveled to distant villages, battled with traders, and even faced dangerous creatures in the wild. but eventually she collected everything she needed. With the items in hand, she returned to the sacred forest. The old man prepared the ritual, drawing intricate symbols on the ground, chanting ancient prayers. He placed the mirror in the center of the circle and instructed Amokpe to gaze into it. As Amokpe looked into the mirror, she saw her reflection change. The spirit Ajud appeared once more, its eyes filled with the same cold anger as before. But this time, Amokpe was ready. She bowed her head and spoke with humility. Ajud, I have come to seek your forgiveness. I know I broke her heart and I have sent the consequences. But I asked for a chance to make amends, to prove that I have learned from my mistakes. The spirit studied her for a long moment, its expression unreadable. Then it spoke.
Your words are sincere, Amokpe, but words alone are not enough. You must prove your repentance through actions.
Aju instructed Amokpe to perform a task that would require great sacrifice. She was to weave a braid from the sacred thread of the forest, a braid so perfect that it will rival her former work. But this time, she will do it without the spirit's help. Amokpe accepted the challenge, though she knew it would be difficult. Her hands were still stiff and clumsy, but she was determined to succeed. For days, she worked tirelessly, weaving the threads with patience and care. Finally, after what seems like eternity, she completed the braids. It was not as perfect as her previous work, but it was beautiful in its own way. She presented it to the spirit, her heart pounding with anticipation. Aju examined the braid, then nodded.
You have shown true repentance, Amokpe. Your humility and dedication have earned you a second chance. I will restore your talent, but remember this lesson well. Never again seek shortcuts or make deals you cannot keep.
With those words, the spirit disappeared, and Amokpe felt a warmth returning to her hands. Her fingers became nimble once more, and she knew that her gift had been restored. Graceful and humble, Amokpe returned to her village not as the prideful hairdresser she once was, but as a wiser woman who understood the true value of her talents. This story carries a deep lesson about humility, honesty, and the dangers of making deals with spirits. It became a tale passed through generations in the village, reminding everyone that true talent comes from within and must be respected. Hope you enjoyed today's story. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on the notification bell to watch more of these interesting stories. See you in the next video. Bye.